Melbourne, Victoria, Australia, and it's going to be 17 today, I think, and clear out there. We've had a couple of nice clear days here. Well, the last 2 days been extremely cold, but we've had excellent days, really nice. So I'm going to go through these coins here, which I got yesterday, but excuse me. But I had to do other things, so I couldn't do it last night or yesterday. Anyhow, so today I've got $100 of 50 cents and $160 of $1 coins. So we'll sniff through these, see what we can find. I'll put them over there. Just write a little something on there. Which I'll just, one finger typist. Anyhow, and like my own video, better do that. Forget to do that. Okay, so we got $100 of 50, so I'm going to go through this one because it's a nice shiny 50 there. And then this one because it's a 79 and it might be a double bar variety. So I'm just looking through for coins that you could possibly sell and make some money on. Bit hard these days because everybody's doing the same thing. And I think that TikTok and that's taken off, so all the youngies are going down, getting all the coins and trying to find all the money coins. But I doubt very much they'll be looking for the errors and varieties because they're just looking for straight out low mints, well, especially like Coronation. But the money's in errors and varieties. That's where you get it. So if a coin's worth money because of it being low mint, if it's got an error or it's a variety, it'll be worth more. So they're always worth the best. Nice 2022. That makes, I think it makes number 9 or number 10. So it's Friday today. Beautiful. On this one, I'm looking for trail line errors. You don't always run vertical. They never run horizontal. And they never pass that kangaroo here. They're always in this quadrant. And they look like die cracks. When you put on an angle, get the light on it, you'll see them. They'll stand out really easy. See if I can bring it closer. No, the fields are clear there. But just look through them and look for what looks like die cracks. Well, actually, there's some. Just there. They're really hard to pick up. Yeah. There's one. See that right through there? That line looks like a die crack. Yeah, see them shooting up there? That's trail lines. So that's an error. I'll get my thumb out of the way. See if I can zoom that up a bit. Got to get the light on it. There they are. So if I can hold it steady, those lines going through there. So it goes through there. See them? Look like die cracks, but they're not. Call them trail lines. US coins get them a lot. And they're basically something left on the die, usually from cleaning is what I've read. The lint is left behind and it gathers together, and when the coin's minted, they're minted to compress to absolute zero inside. So that bit of lint has to go somewhere, and it buries into the die, and it causes these furrows. And when they mint it onto the coin, they're obtuse, they're standing up. You can get it from fluids as well. Basically what it is, anything on the die that can't escape, it has to go somewhere. And where it goes, it buries into the die. And in that case, it's really weird on these coins. They made, what, 47 million of these or something? 43 million. And they're always in that same area. They never, I've never found them on this side of the coin at all. It's only been that third. And they can run from here right through here, all through there. You can get different degrees. You can get them right across. You can get just one running through. But you'll always find some shooting through here if you've got one, or one through here. You can see clearly. You'll always see some in here. But they're always in that quadrant. And they're called trail lines. So there they are there. So they're all running through that. That one actually starts down, right down there. If you look there, that line, look all the way down. They're very low. You've got to put the light on them. Don't use toothpicks or anything running across, which I've seen people do. You can't pick them up with a toothpick. You've got to look at them. You can see two off there. Anyhow, so that's trail lines. Beautiful. Very hard to find. That's a money coin. I've been selling them for $25 each. $25 for that 50 cents. Yep. I've sold a few of them, quite a few of them. I've probably got about 5 here. I think I've got one on eBay. Oh, hello, who's here? There you go, Be Escapade. There you go, buddy. Well, I've dropped them there. I dropped this one. I dropped the one on eBay. I got, I think, the $10 or 15. That's to show you what things are going on out there. I was selling these at $25, no problems at all. That's how hard these are to find. And that's a high mintage. Look, 43 million. So it doesn't count. It doesn't always worry about what mintage it is. It's how rare, scarce, and the type of error. Trail lines. This is the only coin in Australia, decimal coins, the only one that I know and have ever found trail lines on. I've never found it on any other coin. This is it. So if you collect Australian coins with trails on them, trail lines, error, this is the only one. Unless somebody else has found some, which is always possible, and I haven't. But this is money coins. That's what you want. If you got your sets and you got everything done, and or you've decided to do noodling and try and sell some of the ones that you find that are rare, which is all good, because people that collect coins, not everybody can do this. So finding a coin and charging for it, and look, not even including your labor, not including your labor. Well, this one probably a bit because of the price, but all the other ones, for all what we do and what we go through, and to sell it and then wrap it and send it and put up with the feedback and whatever else, it just doesn't pay. They've got to be worth good money, because everyone's doing them now. 2022. That one. So anyhow, that's what I'm doing. I'm just looking for the coins that are going to be worth any cash, because everybody's doing it. So you really got to look for the ones that are the hardest ones to find. My 75. I mean, if you got your lower ones, 73, 72, well, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75s, I used to keep them all the time and put them together, those fives together as a set, which isn't a bad idea because, you know, you might sell them, but as for the worth of what you make on top, what you think you're making, but you're not, but no one takes into consideration all the trips back and forwards to the bank, the electricity, the power, me with the batteries with these on. To sell it, just, you're really not making anything. You're really not. You've got to be at least $15 profit on every coin to even think that you've come out clear after posting it. Just looking for those trail lines. No, got to get that light on it. You get it like that and you can see everything. If there's any spikes, any lines in there, you'll see them. So use the light, always use the light. It's not just, I haven't got a magnifying glass, sorry, but yeah, which I don't need. If I use the light, I don't need it. And in actual fact, I've never used a magnifying glass while I'm looking through. It's when I spot something, I drag it out. Ugh. Remember, keep all your 96s that you find that are in that condition and better. Any 96s, 19 mil, try finding them in good condition. You got to buy a mint set to get these in good condition. You go through tens of thousands of 50-cent pieces before you'll find one to keep. Even this one's a bit blotchy, but you know what I mean, you know, luster, not blotchy like that. That's pretty old. They're low mint, but I don't want them. They're just look for some errors on them. They're low mint, and well, you know, if you got it for your set already, if you're keeping these, I don't know, down the track years to come, I don't know if these are going to be going up in price. But with errors on them, yeah, or if you find a variety comes out, yeah. These ones, yes, I'm keeping at the moment. I'll go through, keep the best ones, because oh, there's another one. Because the few are turning up, but these ones I've got here still only make about 10 that I've got. And you see, put the light like that and you'll pick up if anything's not right. See his ears, look, I'm looking up there. If I turn the light from that way to that way, I can see all the markings in there, so it's not dye filled. Yeah. Oh, there it is, big bucket. Right, I'll open up this 79. See if it's a double bar variety. Put two of them together, 79 and 80. And well, those two together in just average condition, around $8. The two together. That's you know, sort of $5 or yeah, that's what for me, $8. That's including postage, so you got to take the postage out and the envelope and everything out of that. So if I put it without the postage, I'd have a set of these with the say 650. I would have it without the postage, but I have them for $8 with the postage. And that's the double bar. Look at that, behind the emu's head. Right there, it's a 79 double bar. Beautiful. These are the harder ones to find. They're 24 million to 32 million set 80s. So you'll find one of these to about 7 or 8, maybe more, 1980 double bar. That's why you need this to go with the set. If you try to sell a 1980 double bar on its own, you got no chance. Anyway, there's people selling them for $1.50 or $1. But you put it together with 79, and now we're talking, because these are harder to get. So double bar, the mint made a mistake and they were carved into it. So it's a variety, not an error, because the mint did it on purpose. Accidentally, but on purpose. So the mint puts it in there, it's deliberate. If it's deliberate, it's a variety. They didn't, and it's a die crack or something from the dies playing up or whatever, or the strike, that's an error. Error by mistake, accident, I should say. Variety, on purpose, put in by the mint into the die. So a nice 79, variety. As I would have done these off camera yesterday, I was busy, I had things to do with, you know, the old fraud squad. Not on me. We got done. We got scammed big time. Huge scam. And yeah, well, it's done us real bad. One's just looking for any errors. They're 1.44 million. Yeah, I'll keep them if you got in top nick and you need some. But they didn't mint well, and everyone I find, jeez, you know, and you can find the 2018 and it's sparkling beautiful and been around for 4 years. And these things, the 2019, they're just scratching, and I don't know what they've used for the metal. But they're not minting they're not lasting very well. That's for sure. All these 2012s, they get cuds. Not all the 2012s. So from 2008, I think it is, upwards, you'll get, well, just look for on the back for cuds along here. The rue reed, I call it, on the rue and that reed there. Call that one rue reed, and I've got heaps. Anywhere down here, around the feet, anywhere around the shield, all the way up around there, and on the star there. And then look for die fills around the ear or anywhere. Emu, die wear. Anyway, just the point that, oh look, there's a JC now, 2019. I think they're 2.3 million, something on there. Oh no, what am I talking about? These are the ones we had. These are what, 890,000. The JC. Yeah. No one else on there. That's I'll keep that one for now. I'll check over it, see if there's any errors on there. But that is a low mint. It's under $1 million. I'm sure down the track that they will be, yeah, worth something. A bit more than they are. Oh, God knows what. I don't know how many years you'd be waiting down the track till they are worth anything. So this one here, look for the queen that duplicates the koala. You see the koala here? This is a student design, this one. You see he's got his tongue out, I think it is. I don't think he's got a nut out. Anyway, oh no, he might have a berry on a bit of eucalypt. But I thought it was his tongue poking out. Anyway, just look for the queen, because I've got one here. And she mimics him, mate. She gets this big cut on the mouth coming out of the lips here. And it goes upwards, and it looks like she's licking her top lip. And that actually looks just like that guy over there. But it's curving up a bit. It's really good. I should dig it out and show it. I showed it on the videos that I've done when I found them. But yeah, look out for them on that one, on the 2004. For the cut on the queen's lips. Now we all know this one is full of errors. can be. That one's not amazing. They're the harder ones to find, the ones with no errors on the 2005. Just look at that for a mint. Look how deep that is. Can't see it from here, but geez, that's been really, really hammered. That's a really good strike. That's sitting inside that so deep. I haven't seen one like that. That's really, the edges on that are just really high. Yeah, that you can see it just sits right down in there, eh? It's been smashed. Geez, they put a lot of pressure on that, I reckon. You get that, the pop up so high. So even after 20 years and stuff, there's things that just pop out to me that I don't see, and that's one of them. That's really, really, that's a really deep set queen. Wish you could see, like from my side of it. From yours, it might not, but that is really pushed down in there. It's like there's a true frame around the picture as it's standing up. That's a good one. I'll keep that just for the fact that it's something different there. That's a really high pressure strike, I'd say. What's that? Let's have a little look at that. I don't know if that's been struck through. I don't know what. So have to bear with me. I've got to get the closer upper. Nah. It's just been hitting the same spot so many times. You believe it or not, that's a scratch. And then, for whatever reason, they're just ding marks. And look at the shape it made. They're ding marks. It's been dinged right next to that. And it gives it a look like it's gone through grease or a bit of paper or material was flat on the die. But it's not. Right? And look, it stands out. But anyway, that's the stuff you've got to investigate. It catches your eye. Look, anything that don't look right, check it and work out what it is. Yeah, but geez, that's really. I'll put that next to that one so if you can see. I don't know if it stands out, but how deep it is. Look down the bottom around here. Actually, you can see a bit of something going on there with the die, I'd say. Down that bottom bit. That might be scuffing up, knocks up there, but this edging isn't. It's just bashed really deep. What's going on there? Yeah, look at that. It's lifted up at look at all that on the field there. In actual fact, that's what that looks like on there. So maybe it's not what I thought. See all around the edge and above the legend. Look at all the stress. That's because I reckon that's down in a bowl. It's been hit that hard that it's not enough metal in there and it's stressed itself across. It's just stretched out and stressed. Because that's how deep it's gone. It's gone so deep it's hit this bottom it can and it's pushed all the metal up that way. It just stressed out to the edge. Because it looks like it's climbing back out, climbing back up. It actually lifts up and down. It goes up into a and then down like a mountain. I just reckon it ran out of material, or not enough for the depth that it got. I don't know, yeah. But that's definitely stress there. It's pushed up like a mountain. Yeah. Anyone that's in the geology and that, you can get the idea what's going on there. All the stress pressure. Anyway, I'll keep that one. That's worth investigating a bit more on that edge and see what's going on. it's probably something like I said anyway. There's not too much going on, let's face it. It's a bit of metal. It's a bit of metal that's going between two presses and getting mashed. I mean, there's not too many mechanical things you can think of in your head that you have to think of in your head that can cause things, because there's not much moving parts in there. In fact, there's only two moving parts in there, and that's the obverse and the reverse die. Oh, three, and then the fingers, the coin fingers that move it out of the way and bring in the next one. So there's not on the mechanical side of things, you know, just think of what's going on, picture in your head and try and work out from there. That's what I do. How you going, Aaron? Yeah, so anyway, I better get through these because it'll take ages. I talk about too many. Looking for the double bar. You'll be kidding if that's not, or it's just got some signs of it. No, that's not there. You can just see in the mint ground it out, they said, after they found the fault. So fault by them, variety to us. And for those trail lines again, they're very much, I don't think I'd be lucky enough to find two in one lot. Lucky to find one in a couple of thousand. Well, yeah, easy. But no, there's nothing in there. And on these, they're, like I said, they're high mintage, but I had one that had a die crack coming off here. The whizzing looked like an emu having a whiz straight out the back, all the way down here. Beautiful, huge die crack. Only ever found one uncirculated. So that person has it, and they're very lucky because that's uncirculated too. So all the stuff I sold back in the early days was most of it was all uncirculated because I bought rolls and got all the coins out of the rolls, so they were the best. Plus you can discover your errors before anyone else if you get rolls, like I did with those 2020 $1 coins. No one else has got any of them shown with errors, and I picked them all up and showed those 9 that were a progressive error from the obverse for 4 coins in that 9 through to the reverse die going as well, and having both dies with damage on them, causing die cracks and cuds. That was good. There's 2020s, $1 for 430,000. That's a really nice 71. I said 71, 2, 3, 4, 5, put them together. Yeah, 71, a bit higher mintage on it. They're going to be around 17s, 15s, 20s, somewhere there. They're up higher, 10, 12s. I'd have to look it up. I haven't even got them on my list of coins to keep. But in that condition, yeah, you know, because that can go with the other ones. And for me, it doesn't have to be selling because I can put them in. Old Mr. Wink Wink, Mr. Squealer, fill him up with them. He's got all dollars at the moment. I think he's nearly full too. So yes, I can keep them to go in there, not for me. Any good stuff that I don't want, really good, I'll put in there. It's better than putting it back to the bank, and it gives somebody else out there to have a couple good coins in there to start off a set, finish off a set, or go down the shop and spend it. It's entirely up to yourselves. That's whatever I give away, it's all usually money, face value. You can go and spend it, do what you like. They're yours. In the 2016, I found that different font and different minted reverse and obverse with the broad font and design complete different. The same design but completely different finish on both sides. It was just rounder. It was 10 times better, and it had a thicker complete different font to this, and it looked like it was further away from the edge. And I've only found one. I did a video, I've got that on to show that variety that I'm claiming that I found, that there's a variety. The broad date, everything's broad, and the queen is just rounder. Everything's so nice. So To me, they used their proof dies instead of throwing them out. They probably had some life in them, and they do that. They're not idiots. They're not going to throw big money in the bin. It's just that the plants just aren't highly polished, that's all. And you get a proof belted out coin. And I checked it with the proof coins, and the proof coins is the same as that one that I found that's uncirculated. So there's going to be other ones out there for sure that are broad, really thick. They stand out straight away. The queen and the back, they just stand out. They're a 10 times better looking coin, and that font is way thicker. The T on the T, the T bar on the T is nearly twice as thick. That's how you can, well, you tell straight away. If you find one, you'll see it. And I'm claiming that find, and I've got the only one that I know is existing. I've still got that. Anyone interested in it, let me know, and I'll sell it to you. As with any coins I've got, I'm more than happy to sell everything I've got. All right, so these can take a while, can't I? Maybe I should just zap through and tell you afterwards, after I find whatever I'm looking for. Well, I don't know. I think the light's okay. Seems to be. Where's that light? Oh, it's a bit wobbly, isn't it, when I do that? Sorry. I've got it on a box, and the setup I've got, I tell you. Took a lot of thought, though. Oh, that's another coin I put in with the 71, you know, forgot. Of course. Let's forget about the 69, because it's in between the 66, which we never see, and the 70 Captain Cook. And I really do tend to forget about the 69 50-cent piece. So that is another one that definitely would put with the 71. 2, 3, 4, 5 as a set, and I did. So I should have told you that's what I did do, was the 69 was in there. And the 69 is a draw card too, especially in top neck. Old CCC, how you going, brother? Having a nice tea time in the US? You having your tea? That 21's not too bad. And again, you use that light. Always use that light. Makes everything stand. You can see everything. It's all in good condition. It'll make you pick up like something going on with that tail. But that's a scratch. But yeah, use that light really well. I'll tell you, you'll pick up stuff. Even I haven't got no magnifying glass, just the phone. My glasses on, but yeah. Yeah, 5:30, yeah. Oh, you're 13 hours behind. Yeah. Oh, you're probably the closest to me then, because everybody else is 14 hours. But I'm subscribed to and subscribed to me in the US. Yeah, that 21's not too bad, Nick, so I'll put that one there because I didn't keep the other ones. And I'll go through them at the end, and as I did with the last lot I did, and I kept one 20-cent piece. That was all out of, that was Willie's Milk Bar coins, yeah, yesterday. And he kept one 20-cent piece. There was a small SD on the 2001 20 cents. The SD at the back, initials, and that was a really top score, and that's the only coin I kept. That's a bit quicker. Might need to bring that up just a little fraction. Ah, perfect. Perfect. Sorry about the rocking, but like I said, while I've got it on, it's homemade anyway. Does the job. As long as you can see it, that's the main thing. Watch out for that. You can get these, can be rotated to 2010. So turn all of them. I turn every coin anyway. They mightn't be on the right angle, or you might think I've got them on the wrong angle or whatever, like this one. You know, I could turn it. It doesn't matter which way I turn it. I'll just know that it doesn't matter what it's in. Even if I turn that way, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how the coin orientates. When I find it, I'll flip it and be able to tell immediately if it's rotated. Then we're looking for the 1980 double bar. It's got little traces, but nothing on there beyond the emu's head there. Nothing in there. Oh yeah, buddy. Yeah, answered back to you on a comment. In actual fact, because you were on there, and I answered one of your comments back and told you. Yes, yeah. So so you got the bubbles, which is the same as what they're finding on the 2016 with the crop circle. You got the same deal there, same thing going on. The one I found is actually a die crack, cut on the back of the hair. Yeah, that was pretty good. But we got so Escapade has sent me photos and pointed out that at the back of the crown here, so just at the back of the crown and the hair, probably in a square coming up to the point just underneath that scratch there. See if I can bring it up closer to show you. So basically off the crown from the middle, go across a little bit, and somewhere just in that vicinity right here, right there, he has a round small circle on there that similar to this, but it looks like it's obtuse, but I couldn't tell from the photos whether or not it stands, if it's sitting on or below. So I don't know if it's obtuse or incused. So what's that bit there behind there? Let's have a look at that. Well, that's looking like there's something here. I don't know if I can. I'll zoom up, try and put it in my hand. But anyhow, we found his was, where are we with my pointer? His is just here, and it's a round circle. But I just saw there that there's something just here on mine. That big round circle. The one he had, I think, is smaller than that. But there's another there that I'll have to look up really close. But that looks like a crop circle going on there too. Just started, or was gone, already done, and it's starting to flatten out. But his was a bit further up there, and I think smaller. So I don't know if it's obtuse or incused, the one he had, but you can sort of see that circle just there. I'll have to check that out. That just might be scratches. But his is just there in the middle of that, come out in line with that hair, and it's in the field there. It's a little round crop circle. So I said, depends what. If it's incused or obtuse, it doesn't matter. It was on the die. It's either still on the die and it pushes it in and it's incused, or it falls out of the die, gone, or got mashed into nothing and left a hole, and then put it obtuse. But it's just very a broken up line in a circle going around. It's not complete, it's sort of broken, but it could be there was a bit of round swarf, metal swarf that was on the die, tiny bit, and it a bit was, and it landed on the die and started doing it, or the hardening had a bubble with the chrome and the bubble popped and it left just a little round circle for the bubble. So it's either a struck through or a hardening problem. But either way, it's on the die anyway. So it'll be a strike error. But it's the same as on the 2016 crop circle. It's just a bit of foreign material got onto the die, or there was a bubble with the chrome, you know, very light bubble, and it popped. But either way, it doesn't matter. It's an error from the strike because it was on the die for sure. But the emu one on the 2016 is in that circle there, and on, well, the 2021 the beer escapade's got is on the field just there, just off that mill, just there. And this one I'll investigate. He's got it just at the hair, but different looking to what his is. So well, I suppose if I put the light here to me, I can have a look. Yeah, looks something going on there, but too hard to explain to people, for people to see. But there's definitely something going on with a circle behind her hair. Let me see. It's just here. There it is. I'll put it out of focus a bit, but there it is in front. Is that a circle? That's a big one. Yeah, but like I said, there's something like that. It's too hard to explain to people how it's there and is it an error. You know, but there's definitely something going on there. Anyway, put that with that one. Put my light back. That seems to be alright. Get some air going. Gary, how are you? Don't forget to slam that like button. Oh, my hand, it's so cold here in the morning, I tell you. Out my little... If I could only show you what I've got on my head. The kids reckon I look like one of those monks, you know, with the big hoodie. Nice guys, once low mint. 5 mils. Just going to call it in there. But if you need it for your set. That light's in really good spot for us to see errors and that, you know. You can get it looking like that. I know it might be extra shiny on there, but the point of it is you've got to use the light. It really does make... I picked up tons. I've found so much stuff, and I swear that when it gets down to the nitty gritty of checking it properly, you're always getting the light out and getting it in there, so you may as well do it straight away. And that's how I used to take my photos too, when I used to do them on eBay. Everyone else is doing crap. I used to take my photos where it was, you know, with that light, where it didn't maybe look right, but the fact was that the photos I took showed everything very clearly when I did that. You know, if I took a photo and they had problems here and I got that light right like that, it might not look right at with the brightness, but it wasn't the point. The point was that it made whatever error there was stand out, and I can point it out to them easy. So yeah, light. Oh look, change over. Yeah, that one's dirty. I don't throw these back because I really like them, but they're still 7mm, but I can't have it. It's too dirty. Student design. Again, like I said, I know there was, look for die cracks on there anyway, somewhere here with him, the her, or down here at the swimming, the platypus. I can't remember. There's so many years ago. I was finding stuff when they just come out, and like me telling you things I just find new stuff is back then, and it doesn't get repeated again. And it's only if people like myself can remember, or the people that bought them come out and tell us, they just get lost. They're not everything's in those books that you guys buy. That's for sure. Here's a nice variety. Beautiful. 1mm between the 9.4, 1mm between the 9.9, and it's a wide date. Year of the family. So you got 2 dates. You got the standard, which is 0.5mm between each one, and you got you got the standard date, 0.5mm between each one, and 6mm across. This one's 1mm between each number, not the one, the 9.9, 9.4, and 7mm corner to corner. So very nice. 20mm they minted. Don't know how many on this they've minted of these, but it'd be a couple of 100,000 for sure. But yeah, so that's a money coin. I've been selling these pretty consistent, well, sort of. So they sell. Again, not big. Well, for the face value on there, it's 10 times face value. These ones again rotate, but I swear that I remember that these had that crop circle as well in there, the 2010s. Well, it doesn't hurt to look anyway. I got that. Yeah, and you can't beat doing double comments with a good phone. There you go, in Silver Delta. So you're going to enjoy your trip to wherever you're going today, eh? 2 hours? Well, I told you this morning you got plenty of live videos to keep you busy. Or, well, I'm on here now, looking for the double bar on the 79 again. You got one of them that I found. Yeah, I bet you got nice weather wherever you're driving up there. Canberra, beautiful. Cold as, you've been getting some cold mornings, buddy, -1s. But we had cold here too, yesterday and day before, 2 degrees. Everything was just ice, frozen, solid. So here's a standard 94 compared to that one that I just found. There you go. So the top one's the wide date and the bottom one's the standard. 7mm top, 6mm bottom, 0.5mm between each one on the bottom, 1mm between each 9 and 4 on the top. Lovely. Just did that the same in leaning down. Still got to check though, make sure I put the right one there. Come on, I can see the millennium under there. Now if that millennium is an incused flag, I will not put it in the piggy. No. So we're looking here for the variety on these, which is the money coin, and these are the big money coin. This is the one you want to be looking for all coins, and that's the incused flag. So they had 2 designs. This is the standard, and they had a trial one that was the first ones in actual fact that they tried, and they cut those crossbars in. So on the die they were obtuse, and they pushed and made an incuse of that crossbar, and they also made that star a bit bigger and smooth inside. This is smaller and rough in there, and they minted them first before these. I think I saw there was, what did they guess is on these, 100 and something thousand made, I think, possibly. They're the 20 mil, is it down? So anyway, not overly high, very hard to find, but they are the money coin. And again, these ones is the ones where you can find that minute die crack that goes from this edge here, from that tip to the inner rim, and down the bottom here from that tip to the inner rim. You can get a little die crack on them, and you can get the wide letters, fat letters, from die wear. The die's wearing, the letters are wearing, and it makes them wider, and the metal flows down the edges. If metal flows down the edges in an angle, that's the die wearing around that letter, and it's the metal entering that wear before it gets to here. And when it does, on this side, it leaves an obtuse of an angle going downwards, and that's die wear, not die fill. Anyway, $21. Well, that was my finger, because these coins have been out here in the back room, and the back room's absolutely freezing cold, and so these coins feel like they've been in the freezer. So I'm at that circle that Escapades told us all about, that's at the back of the Queen's crown there, straight out, just below, just before that ding in there, and probably just after that ding, somewhere just there. Crop circle. Another crop circle on the 2021 50 cents, and that's behind the crown and adjacent to the hair. There, so somewhere just in there you look for. So it's a good score, a good find to tell everybody about that one, because that's matching up with the 2016 emu with the crop circle. And I'm sure the 2010 just keeps coming to my head as having a crop circle in the same place as the 2016. There was something. This is the other one, the 2014. Let's keep an eye on them too, for that crop circle, because that's another one that's coming to me that I kept saying by mistake, but you know, I'm saying stuff by mistake all the time. There's always truth in something, and so look at the 2014 for the crop circle inside that reading as well. But look on all of them, check everything for errors anyway. Yeah. All right. I'm proceeding along very slow pace. Well, that's the pace I go. You can't help it. I opened a couple. Well, this is the 5th one. I've got 10 to open. This is the 5th. And I've got a few coins already there. So let me see if I can change this light now, because I don't need it where it was. Off to work, no worries, buddy. You should get your stuff in the, well, take about 8-9 days to get up to you, even registered, signed for. But that's on its way. Have a good day anyway, whatever you do for your job. Hope it's a good day, and You haven't got any problems going on there. I don't know, I've got these other stupid lights going on here, but I don't know. Poor man gave me $10 too for some new lights, but I didn't go and get them. Sorry, I think I'm causing everybody some problems here with me doing what I'm doing. I'm just trying to get these other lights over a bit, that's all. Sorry, I won't muck around no more there, but that's got to come down, it's blinding me. It's right on the screen, I can't see it when it's on the screen. Sorry, that's better. Alright, good start that one, eh? Straight off the mark. I was only looking for that variety that I found. As soon as you look at that tea, you'll see a double thickness. You'll know you got it, even if it's binged up and banged. 83s, look for the double bar on these. Same as the 66 behind the emu's head, not the 79 and 80 double bar. The one behind these is an error, so the die had problems and was leaving round, low double bars behind that. So on the 83s, look for them. 66, 83, 93, geez, that called me, 97, 2004s, roadkill. Geez, somebody had a bad day, didn't they? Taken out on a coin. Not easy to put scratches like that on coins too, so you really got to get on the road for that. I won't check every 83, they're very hard. I've got a couple. I think I've got about 4 or 5 with the double bar. I think I got 193 with the double bar. Millennium. Let's see if I can pick up that die crack I said to you about. No, they normally are there, just at the very tip of that point to the rim, and same as this end. Well, that might have one. Very small. Oh, there's probably been something there, but you know, like I said, uncirculators is what you're going to find, or close to it, or your small die cracks. Otherwise they just disappear. The one on that, the top one on that tends to last because it's protected, and that one because they're protected. So you tend to find them still after years, but some of them that aren't protected, like on the dollar coins and that, they just wear, you can't pick them up. That's 22. Not bad, a couple of hits there, but hasn't been disgraced too bad. Yeah, that's all right. Got a few 22s there already, no? 2, 4, 6. I don't care about my fingerprints being on because they're not worth anything to me. And they'll probably, more likely, if they don't go back today, they'll go back at some stage, and I'll just keep a couple, 3, 4, 5, that's all. If that, I don't know, probably about 5 tops anyway. Some things I'll keep 10 of, but I've been culling heaps, so I'm down to keeping 3s to 5s of things. So I just can't, there's nothing for me to do with them. I can't give everything away. Wisey. Oh yeah, you can't get any. There's me, so I'm gonna, you know, go through and pick one. But look, that's 6, and I've got 9, and my very first 50 cents I found was the 12th of June this year. That was my first 50 cents, and the 14th of July was the very first 2022 20-cent piece I found. Just to let you know, that's the only 2022s I found. Yeah, those ones I'll keep because we don't know the mintage on them yet, so I'll be keeping all of those ones. It's the 21s I'll go through and decide which ones to keep, not the the 21s I'll go through to decide which ones to keep. The 22s I'll keep all of them until we know what the mintage is. And again, I might be getting them all here and no one else is getting them and they're in extremely low mintage. And that's how things work. Everybody gets what they get in their area, and we can't assume anything at all because one state's getting them and the other isn't on what their mintage is. That's a nice 71. Is that the second one? Oh look, that's the second. Two nice 71s. That one's a little bit dirty. This one's nicer. That one's better struck. It's deeper. Yeah, it's a real shame. You know, this one is a bit better compared to that one. But anyway, I'll put them both there. Work it out later. They're not a money coin, they're high mintage. It's alright. You find these with the reed on them around here, and you get them all around the cuds. So the 2010 you'll get them on the back of the roo here, the feet, under and around, up on the sides here, 2 spots on the sides and across the top of the shield, all cut errors on the 2010s. So if you find one there, look across to here and check all around there, because I bet you'll find that there's more cuds and errors going on. Die cracks down here, cuds on the leg. So check them out. That's a 2010. Check them thoroughly. $74. Now, it's not too bad, you know, for 74. Still got luster on it. Just think of Mr. Piggy. The back's pretty clean. Yeah, I don't know, I'll put it there. 50s take up a lot of space in the Piggy, but then again to fill him up, I suppose, yeah, put some 50s in there. Check all the 50 cents anyway for all those cards down there and the shields. You could find them on any. I've got quite a few. We've on the Ruri, but not that many different ones around the shield. It's mainly been, well, 2010s for that. Oh look, there's my coffee. There's my coffee. I haven't even got to drink it. That happened yesterday. Iced coffee. I know what I need to go with that. I don't know if I'm going to leave it at that and come back. Well, I don't know if there's anyone watching. Anyway, there's no comments to stop. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll get some there. Alright, well, yeah, you can watch the watch because I think there's only a couple watching anyway. So go and have a smoke or something, and I'll be back in. I might do a couple of dollars. Oh no, I'll go through these 50s. I'll try and go through them quick and not talk, you know. But I'll definitely need that. I'm back. So it's quick. You know what I do? I break my, well, I don't say it too much of the smoke, you know, in half. And I can get about 6, 8 drags out of it. There you go, Sim. Oh, well, you're left to watch. I can't go through everything. It's too much. I'm already spending too much time just trying to open these 50-cent pieces. But nothing significant. Maybe, well, 94 wide date. 2016 deeply pressed in, high pressure, and it's done all damaging on the edge here. It's all up in there. It's been really pushed in a lot further than the normal coin. It's been hammered. You can see it's mounted up on the edge, all the stress. There's not enough metal for the depth they were trying to push it in. And sort of concave the coin in the middle. Looks like a bowl, and it's showing it at the edges. But other than that, just a couple of nice 74, 271s, double bar, on 79 double bar, which is 79, which is a really harder one to find. Couple of 21s, 622s. Oh, and the best one of the day, the one worth the most, is trail lines on this one. So you can see all through the flora. Actually goes down here. You can just catch them as I turn it. Just catch them in there. There they are, all there, running down. The trail lines, yeah. Very hard to find. I was selling them $25 each, and they were selling, and I think I dropped it to 10 or 15 because nothing's selling on eBay. But they were selling for 25, so they're the money coin here. Nothing else here sells for that much. Nothing. If I found a millennium, that would be the next one that would sell more than that. But I've just been talking too much about every coin as usual. Now, I'll be alright if it's on this, because this is in nicer condition. A couple of hits, but the luster on it. But clear as a bell. See through there? Can't see nothing. No, there hasn't got any. Oh, what? $100 of 5-cent pieces? Hey, is that 2,000 coins? We got 20 to the dollar. Yep, 2,000 coins. Wow. I got splits here. Look, I haven't got the super glue out. That's what happens from, that's noodler fingers. They split, and man, are they sore. You can't do anything when you got a split there, I swear. It's only tiny, but whew, does that sting. Anyway, it's sort of healing up. I heal quick, so lucky. But go through $1,000 of 5-cent pieces on how hard they are and how many times you'll pick it up, mate. You're going to end up with split fingers, split thumbs. Split thumb. Yeah, well, I use both, so yeah. 96, not good enough to keep. Just zoom that up a little bit more. But yeah, that's a lot of 5 cents, and there's a lot of ones in there I've shown to find in the 5 cents. A lot of varieties, lots of varieties. If you look for every variety that I've shown to find on there, or if you got a book that tells you some of them, I think it'll take you longer than a day. I think you might be there for a couple of days if you checked every one thoroughly. But if you go through it quick, yeah, you know. But with them, I just lay them out flat, turn them all over to the obverse side, and then I divide them from the 99 effigy upwards and the 98 effigy downwards. I separate them and then I separate them again. In other words, I separate them into the 99s and up, I'll leave as they are, but the 98s down, I separate them into their the effigies. And then I'll start looking for the 72s on the first ones. Yeah, that's what I do and work from there. So no errors on that one. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's why if I get 5 cents, I don't get too much. You know, the most I'll get at a time is like, well, the most is $20, but I'll try and stick around the $12 mark, $10, $12 mark for it, because that's enough, especially if I'm doing other ones as well. I'll see if there's that die crack there. Got to find one with it. Just up in this spot here. No, that one hasn't got it. Yeah, man, every time I've looked at these, they've had it. That one's got it. You can just see that tiny dash across there because it's worn. Let me see if I can. Yeah, bit. I don't know because it's dirty and worn, but you can see it. There's that tiny die crack. Look, straight off that edge. All right, so look for them there, and this one. All right, and like I said, they're protected, so they do stay. But that one's a bit dirty, and that you can see it there. That was too quick for the camera one. It doesn't matter. Not an age. I know what I'm doing wrong. I need to bring them up there to look at them. I'm taking them over there thinking the camera's there, but it's not. I have to remember, got to keep it in the middle. A few 2016s, but only got that one variety, and it's sitting here still. Let's see if there's pattern on him, and I'll show you what. I used to sell these quite a lot. No, you haven't got it. But look on the bugler here. I think he's the bugler, yes. So look on him and look on his shoulder. Look all around here and on the pants, all around here. But look on there for a raised, looks like that pattern there, but I think that's dings. Anyway, there's raised pattern that you'll find all on here. Looks like, you'll see it, looks like, well, you'll see it, it's obtuse, it's on top. And it's a very thin pattern. You find patterns all over him, and that's a chroming error. The chrome on the die started going and started leaving patterns all over him. So look for that, up and down him. You can get him completely doubled as well. You can get cuts off his pocket there too, off the elbows, both of them, off the hand, feet. You get it maybe. Well, look at no, my watch is spot on. It's actually 10 seconds out with the internet. It's 16 and 20 seconds. I think the internet's 16 and 30 seconds by my internet there. Anyway, I'll get this one. Still got this is oh, number 7. I've still got 3 to go. See if I can get 846. Yeah. Yep. There's a different time somewhere in the whole world. But yeah, get some's in SA, so he's an hour behind. Look, there's a cud. And there's the roo reed. Good. This is what I started calling the roo reed cud. And there it is right there. It's roo and the reed. And I said that because of Lou Reed, who I really used to get into. Take a walk on the wild side, man. Definitely. So yeah, so there he is, Roo Reed, right there. Nice chip out of the die. And when you find that, check all around here for any other errors going on. And down here. And up this shield here. Across the top there. Check his ear and all here, that's not all dye filled. Oh, so just there, Roo Reed, 2016, very common, got plenty of them. These are turn up, but they made 34 million, I think, these. It's 34, 24. Honestly, don't remember with the old files. I remember all down there, and that's 20 mil. 20 mil. I know one of them was 34. What was that? Must have been. Wasn't the 20 cents? It's probably the Dancing Man dollar was 34 million. 22. Just gone. That makes 6. That makes 7 22s. Another one. It's 8. So yeah. But again, who knows? Oh, it doesn't matter. The JCs, I found, what I say, 50, 60, 70 of them. 70 easy. JC 2019. So I got one there today. And yet they're second lowest, are they? 890,000. That's in good nick too. Looking for the double bar variety. Oh my God, I've got the light shining down on that, but it's getting me in the eye a bit, and I'm not picking up straight away. So there's a cud right there, the most common, chaplain, and at the bottom of his robe. That's the robe cud. And looking up here for the World War, that gets dye fill inside it. Oh, amazing, they're clear. So she's got a nose or chin or haircut going on. Check that out in a minute. Something going on there. So you just here, got a bit of damage going on. Small cuds in the line on top of the hair. It's just out of shape. It's starting to wear on the dye a little bit there, but normally they stick out nice big cuds on the edge. So yeah, it's a tiny hair cud damage, dye wear there. The nose is getting a tiny bit going on just there, but that's the main one you'd say on there. The others don't stand out that much. What's he got going on there? He's got one on his head. Oh, there's one. Now that could be a new one that I've never found before, and I've got 34 different errors on these coins. And you know what? I don't know if I've got one with him with a cut on his hair, on his hat. So if that's the case, see that there? I'll have to look through I'll have to go to my video itself and look at my video to see all the ones that I have found with the errors on them. And like I said, I've got 34 coins. Is it 34 or 20 coins with 34 errors on all of them, different errors and combinations from this coin, the most prolific in our history for sure for errors. And I think that's a brand new one for me. And if anyone else has found it there, but that's, as far as I'm concerned, that's rare. I don't have one. I'd have to look through, but I remember quite a lot of what I've got, the one I found. And on top of that guy, cud, nah. Die cracks off here, die cracks through here, and he's the one that normally has something going on with doubling, and he doubles, but no cuds on these guys. Never had them. That's the first. There and there, and I found thousands of these with that. So that die that had that and that, I've never matched it up before on any of the coins I've found. So that's rare. Take it from me, that's rare. I've never found one. And I thought I found every error you could find on these coins. Every error. And that wasn't one of them. Beautiful. That's a money coin. Oh look, a ship. Love these, beautiful. Beautiful coin. I love putting these together with the 91. You know, the 88 to 91 RAM, they just go together really nice. So 2 commemoratives in a row they did, and I reckon they match beautiful. But yeah, that's lovely, yeah. I love them. They need lowish, think under 10 million. I'll keep that. Oh, I'm not reading my thing here, sorry brothers. Oh, what? But you know, if you're still in bed, I'd probably try and get some, probably some white paper and put it on the bed and start noodling some of your coins there while you're in there. Because you got so many, I'd be having them in my hand, a pack in my hand all day. If you're not sitting there and just doing them, you'd want to be carrying around a couple of rolls so you can, wherever you are, you can just break one and have a pocket or something to put the ones you don't want in, and a bag to put the ones in that you want to keep. But yeah, that's a lot of coins, see? Hey, it's Friday anyway. Are you on your roster day off? RDO. RDOs that I fought hard for in the trade union back in 2000 and prior and just after, and we fought extremely hard to get those RDO days, 38-hour working weeks. Did try to get it down to 36, but the electricians got 36, but construction workers and that didn't. They got their 38-hour. And then I think it got dropped down to 37, so they get an RDO every fortnight, every 2 weeks, not one a month. They get 2 a month RDO days in construction, but they don't always have them like that because they have in the EBA to accumulate and put together with Easter so they can get 2 weeks off with their RDO days accumulated. So 5 days are put aside for Easter for everyone. So it was all worked out really well, but that was all fought for. I marched and did everything for all those RDOs and all those short hours, all back in 98 onwards. Fought for all that. And literally did fight for it too. lots of fights. So Escapade has told us to look here for, and I've got photos that he sent for a, like a circle, not that one, but just off that second notch off the back of the crown, going out a little bit in line with the hair here, little crop circle like the 2016. Let me check that hole out there. Well, yeah, those crop circles I haven't seen up close what to look for, but that's a round hole, so I don't know. Let's see up here, so you can see there, which is in a different spot to what Escapade had, but that is a perfect round circle there, and it's incused, it goes in. That means there was something on the die stuck to it to do that. But I'd have to check it closer to see it's not a ding. But that could be too. But he sent photos and he hasn't told me. Oh, there's Escapade. Can you tell me whether or not that circle that you got is above, sitting on, or is it stuck into it? Because I can't tell you it's exact without that. If you just show me the photo, and the photos don't show if it's in or out. It just shows it's on there. Now this one is incused because it's got a hole that goes down. So I need to know whether it's pushed into the metal or it's that circle sitting on top. Because this one is pushed in. So if everyone starts telling me their crop circle is an incused hole, then I'll know this is the same as what they found. But if it's an obtuse, then that's going to be something completely different to this. If that's on the die, it's a struck through hole. So until I find one or somebody actually tells me what the details of the crop circle, I'm only guessing, because photos don't always show that it's a hole or if it's a mountain. And that one is a hole, but the crop circle at the back that's here on Escapade's ones, I can't tell. So I'm only guessing which way it is, whether it was on the die or it had been in the die. Now my computer has just crashed, so I can't see any comments. I can't talk to anyone. I mean, I can talk to you through here, sorry. I can't answer back to any comments because it's just crashed and it's restarting. So I think when I touch this, it does something. Oh yeah, so I can see the last ones. I've just got to rub up on the screen of the phone. All right. Well, the computer's going to be another 5 minutes before that's running. No, you don't have to. Can you just tell me? Just tell me, is it up or is it in? I just want to know, is it on top or is it sunk into it? The photos don't show. So I don't know if it's been pushed into the coin or it's sitting on top of the coin. But no, I don't need any, bro. I've got nothing. I can't do anything with them, man. But that 21 I'm going to keep because I'll keep that 21 because if that's a struck through, that's beautiful. Nice round, perfect round struck through. And people could call it crop circles, but I wouldn't be calling anything a crop circle if it's pushed in. To be a crop circle, it's got to be sitting on top because it's got to be a crop circle, which is on top. So if it's pushed in, anyone, you know, with this way, if it is, or the 2016, if it's not on top, so it's sitting on top. All right, so that's a, so yeah, so I would class as a crop circle, as I was just saying. It has to be on top, not pushed in. So on top, so that means that there was a problem with the die. Like I said, either a tiny bubble and it popped from the chrome, or it had some imperfection on it, or there was a bit of material got on there from anywhere, machine, the cloth that people wipe the dyes out with, they normally leave stuff behind, and it's just gotten on there. A little bit of swarf stuck into the dye and produced that obtuse crop circle. So definitely a dye strike error. But normally they're like a little bit of swarf, or it's probably where the screws go in. You know, if a screw goes, a bolt or a screw, but a bolt goes in, and it, you know, tiny bolt, tiny little bolt, you know, not a screw. Screw's got a pointy end, flat end bolt. So tiny little one, and possibly where they've, you know, let's say for instance, just for instance, it's not a, I haven't got no, it's not a screw, but say that was the screw, and they screwed it in. If it was at the, if it was only shallow and there's an out for the end of the screw, and you can see the end bit like this out, when it was screwed in, there could have been a little bit of swarf left in there from when they made the thread. All right, and when the screws put in, wherever it was around near the die, or the guy with his rag or something, and he's put screws in and it's pushed out that little bit, and he's picked his rag, wiped out and cleaned the die, and it's left there. And that's what I reckon these round things are. There's something that's come out of a threaded hole somewhere. And it could have been anywhere in the office and in their little workshop, and they've just brought it back with them with the cloth. But that's basically what I reckon it is, because the push into the die, it's got to be something pretty hard. And that's the only thing, round, small, you know, it's in my head, that's all I could come across is it's a bit of swarf or something that's come out of the thread of a screw, bolt, something like that. But it doesn't really matter. It's round, and it's been stuck into the die, and the die's now left its obtuse round circle on the top of the fields, on the back of that Queen's Head on the 2021. Was the 2021 one? Yeah, 2021, and the 2016 on the Emu, which is in that area there, in that reading. Now I've got to get back up and running here because I can't see anything. Everything's, I'm only looking at my screen here, and oh, the presses, yeah, you're using word spell, mate. Spell them yourself, don't use machines. Oh, using voice text, okay. Yeah, yeah. Oh, they do. That's why I try to explain a lot of this stuff, that these errors, when these things happen, they're like, man, they can do, I don't know, 6 coins a second or something. We're talking massive, fast for these things to be working. And the tiniest thing caught just floating in the air as it went through and struck, gets banged in. It could be dust in the air, and it went through between, you know, dust in the air. There's the blank drops in, and I don't know, there was a breeze got in that little tiny gap just as it hit, and bang, the dust, whatever's there, it gets struck. Anything could be happening there, you know. Somebody's brushing away, somebody's brooming the floor, for Christ's sakes, near it, and everything's up in the air, and there's vacuum and all that in, and you know. And that's what's good about looking at these coins after all these years of been doing them, because anything can happen because there's somebody inside the in the workshop, and anything can happen. And yeah, they work so, they're just banging these so fast. And that's why, you know, yeah, they could have thousands of them pumped out before somebody realizes from their quality control when they pull one out of the hopper that it's got die cracks and everything on it. And then they, I don't know what they do, they go through the hopper or just the whole hopper gets taken back and remelted down. I don't know how they go about getting the coins out of the hopper, if it's just, well, the whole hopper, or they actually get somebody going through them. Which, let's hope they do that, because, you know, human error, you can have people miss some good coins that we get the find. 97, this gets the double bar behind the enemy's head there, the error. Same as the 66. Nothing on there. Low mint. They're 4.3 mil. Oh, I've had enough of keeping them. I've got so many of them. What I'm looking for is the year before it, the 96. 17 million, but I want the 96 in, well, if you can get them in this condition, it'd be $1 in $100,000 worth, or 50,000, 20,000, ridiculous amounts anyway to find a 99 in good nick. They're all beaten up. And even when you find one in good nick, it's not that good nick. You know, get something in almost uncirculated or anything like that. Well, good luck. Don't know why, just again, one of those type, the metal for that year was just not very good. There's a few of them, you know, that aren't very good, you know, 2021s, 2019s. 2022, look at that. I mean, that's in there. I don't know who they're buying their metal off, or I don't know what they're, I don't know the insides and outs of the mint. I just check the coins for their errors and whatever. I don't know how they operate like that, but wherever they're sourcing their materials and that, they really should do a better job, I reckon. And they're minting. A bit better quality control. I want to try and get through this. Say about that 2014. It just keeps ringing a bell to me. Sure, crop circle on them too. But don't be surprised, I'm getting into the mad idiot, the crop circle thing. I'm not getting into it, you know. There's errors and stuff. I call them crop circle, but the fact is that those tiny bubbles and things like that, I think you're probably going to find them around on any denomination, because if it is from something that's been floating around, well, it's not just in the room of the 50s. It's going to be for any of the coins that you'll be able to find oddities like that, odd shapes. I found heaps of odd shapes. I've got a real couple of beauties that I named. And they're all in my first videos I put on, the oldest ones that I've got. Go and look at them and you'll see a few in there. Go and have a look at my Yoda that I found. My Yoda 50 cents. Well, I caught him that. I will see if that die cracks on this end. No. All right, I've got that a little bit far away from me. Get through these. Oh look, there's a 2018. Don't find many of them. They're a good coin, you know. They're 4.1. I think they were